A message from our sponsor SurveyOasis Paid Surveys. Participate at your leisure. Visit surveyoasis.com for more information.
In the 17th century BCE, a group of mysterious invaders swept across the eastern Mediterranean, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. They were known as the Hyksos, a term derived from the Egyptian phrase Heko-Azar, meaning rulers of foreign lands. The Hyksos' origins remain shrouded in mystery, but historians believe they were a mix of Semitic and Asiatic tribes from the Near East. Their arrival in Egypt marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in ancient Egyptian history. As the Hyksos advanced, they encountered the Egyptian New Kingdom, which was in its early stages. The Egyptians, led by Pharaoh Ahmose, were initially successful in repelling the invaders, but the Hyksos eventually gained the upper hand. They conquered Lower Egypt, establishing their capital in Avaris, a strategic location near the Mediterranean coast. The Hyksos' military prowess and technological advancements gave them an edge over the Egyptians. One of the key factors contributing to the Hyksos' success was their familiarity with chariots. The Egyptians, on the other hand, were still relying on infantry and archers. The chariot, a lightweight vehicle drawn by horses or donkeys, allowed the Hyksos to rapidly move troops across the battlefield, catching their opponents off guard. This innovation significantly altered the dynamics of ancient warfare, giving the Hyksos a decisive advantage. The Hyksos' cultural practices also differed from those of the Egyptians. They were a more individualistic and decentralized society, with a strong emphasis on trade and commerce. In contrast, the Egyptians were a more hierarchical and centralized state, with a strong emphasis on the pharaoh's divine authority. The Hyksos' influence can be seen in the art and architecture of the period, which reflects a more eclectic and cosmopolitan style. The Hyksos military campaigns were marked by several key battles. One of the most notable was the Battle of Megiddo, fought around 1457 BCE. According to Egyptian records, the Hyksos were led by a powerful general named Apopi, who defeated the Egyptian forces under Pharaoh Thutmose III. However, the Egyptians eventually regrouped and launched a counterattack, driving the Hyksos back into their stronghold in Avaris. Despite their military prowess, the Hyksos were not without their weaknesses. They were often at odds with one another, with different factions vying for power. This internal strife made it difficult for the Hyksos to present a united front against their Egyptian enemies. The Hyksos' eventual downfall came at the hands of the Egyptian pharaoh Ahmose, who launched a successful campaign to drive them out of Egypt. Ahmose was a skilled military leader who was able to unite the Egyptian forces and launch a decisive attack on the Hyksos. The Hyksos were eventually forced to abandon their capital in Avaris and flee back to their homeland in the Near East. Another interesting aspect to the Hyksos history is a theory that relates the power shift that occurred during the Hyksos' rise to power to the enslavement of the Hebrews. In terms of archaeological evidence, discoveries of a Semitic presence at Ramses whose fortunes changed over time align with the narrative. All that remains of the Hyksos is the art and architecture, which reflects a more eclectic and cosmopolitan style. The Hyksos also left behind newer technologies and innovations, such as the chariot, which had a lasting impact on ancient warfare. The Hyksos may have been a footnote in the annals of ancient Egyptian history, but their legacy continues to fascinate and intrigue.